Hi, my name is Alyssa and this is my project on gender roles. So I decided to do gender roles in Southeast Asia, Africa, and Alaska. Southeast Asia's gender roles are more of the traditional view, therefore being that women should be in the house taking care of the kids and cleaning, and the men should be making the money. There's very little representation in government. Buddhism believes that being reborn as a woman means you're a bad person in your first life. It's almost like a punishment to become a woman in your rebirth. Birthing a boy is celebrated, whereas birthing a girl is mourned. Women are sometimes forced to abort female fetuses, and this is enforced by men's domestic and sexual abuse being tolerated within the country. Next, we have Africa's gender roles. There's many different cultures in Africa, many of which women are seen as lesser, but there's a few that I researched that aren't. So the Kung tribe rely on women to supply food, and women are the main providers of food. And they grow different crops and they use different tools as men, but they do the same work. So Nandi men of Kenya grow the same crops, but for different purposes, and women grow to provide for the family, and men grow more to sell. So then next we have gender roles in Alaska. Alaskan culture is very dependent on elders, and that elder doesn't waver, or that respect doesn't waver between genders. So women usually cared for the family while the men hunted, but women were not discouraged from learning a man's trade, so they could learn to hunt and do stuff like that, and it wasn't looked down upon. They just usually didn't. Resettlement shifted the things, and women started to enter the workforce. So when they were forced to resettle, women started working more so that they could provide for their family, and women are now often the main providers for their family. So some similarities and differences is similarities between the groups, traditional views of what women's roles are, so they all kind of have the same basis. They seem to think that women should care for children and housework. Southeast Asia is more aggressive and sexist. Alaska's views seem to be more equal about the genders, and Africa is somewhere in between. It's kind of split. And then my culture group is still fighting for equal rights, but there's still a lot of inequalities. So I think that my culture is somewhere in between.